Amen. Shalom to you, Israel. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father, and Yahweh Shai is the name of His Son, who the world knows as Jesus. And also, Shalom to you, sincere Rakim, and I'll go out to serve the Most High in truth and in sincerity. Now, with this lesson, as you can see, it's about North Korea. Right there, and via a huge ballistic missile, and nuclear parade. Alright, so North Korea, though you haven't heard much from them, we know that this nation is not just going to sit back, nor, for that matter, is any other nation going to just sit back and be stagnant, especially not North Korea.
Under the cover of darkness, a midnight display of massive military muscle, and leading the Pyongyang parade, a huge new weapon, which analysts say could be the world's largest intercontinental ballistic missile. Crowds mobilized to mark and celebrate the moment, and presiding over it all, Kim Jong-un, high up and looking down, defying coronavirus, which he says hasn't hit North Korea.
Let me take this opportunity to console the people all over the world who battle the disease caused by a malicious virus. I sincerely hope people can keep their health, happiness and smiles. Above all, I feel very grateful for all our people being healthy and sound.
Taking his place unmasked, flanked by followers, even embracing children, he claims his country is COVID-free. But few outside believe him. And earlier in the day, at events commemorating the 75th anniversary of the Workers' Party, state-run TV showed several people wearing face coverings. These events aren't uncommon, but remain an extraordinary sight. Stepping in time, drilled to perfect precision. Even the tears seem highly rehearsed. But behind the spectacle, the message. The most totalitarian of states, in control and command of its power and people. Armed and isolated from the world, but united within. Laura Bundock, Sky News. Control and command of its power and people. Armed.
Yeah, so these North Koreans don't seem to they're not playing games out here, to put it simply. These North Koreans aren't playing games. It's time for war. And let me just bring up a article here, if I can find one. Alright, I had one put up earlier. Alright, forgive me, I had to pause this for a second. Alright, God. Salaki document Aquas. So there you have it. There you have it. Salaki. There you have it. North Korea coming back. People said that Kim Jong-un was in a coma. Some people said that he wasn't doing much, but it seems that this man is on top of his game. He's on top of what he has been talking about for years, about his nukes. As you can see, also they're citizens as well. They're not too, they it looks like they're getting into it too, man. They're very serious, which is that's the spirit of these other nations. But again, Slovakia. I'm gonna read this article. It says, for a nation where nearly 60% of citizens are on the verge of starvation. So as you can see, these citizens of North Korea, this is an article of North Korea, these citizens of North Korea, 60% are on the verge of starvation. And we're going to go to a verse, and you guys probably know which one we're going to in Joel, but reading on. North Korea knows how to shift the media narrative away from the essential internal weaknesses to its ability to project power around the globe. And North Korea, just as these other nations like Iran, Russia, China, they're all running for this power. All right, they're all running to be able to emit that extreme amount of power, okay, over America. Its regime used this weekend's military parade to showcase a growing nuclear capability that can kill millions of people at a moment's notice. Alright, and if you guys want to read the rest of this, you know, you can just type in North Korean news, IBCM, and you can kind of go there, but we're kind of done with this article. Let's go to Joel chapter 3 and 9. Alright, Joel 3 and 9. It says, "Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, and prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords." Alright, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, "I am strong." What does that mean? These are talking about the other nations, man. These other nations, let's just go back to the article. They're not worried about their plowshares. What is the plowshare used for? What is a pruning hook used for? I don't need to look it up. You guys know these are agricultural utensils. All right, to help or support your agricultural work. All right, if you're a husbandman tending to your garden, you might use these type of utensils. All right, you might be that man to get that garden looking good. All right, or produce the right amount of fruit, or just labor. But they're not using these anymore. All right. Alright, so beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. So again, North Korea is a perfect example of this Joel chapter 3:9. Alright, for a nation where nearly 60, this is more than half the nation, man, of citizens are on the verge of starvation. Does it look like North Korea cares too much about their plowshares or their pruning hooks? Nah, cause guess what? They turned them into swords, man, and into pruning hooks. He said in Joel, according to prophecy, "Let the weak say, I am strong." You know, these other nations didn't have Slovakia. These other nations did not have what America had. And Lord willing, we can go into it. All right, through these articles. These other nations didn't have, and also namely North Korea, they didn't have what America had. All right, they didn't have the bombs to go and bomb Hiroshima and Nagasaki. All right, they didn't have that type of military might. But now, let the weak say, I am strong. And let me just pull this up. I was trying to find this. All right, this is also about North Korea, because we always have to keep on watch, man. North Korea, I know you have to understand that this nation, as much as Trump wants to make peace with this nation, as much as he wants to be cool with this nation. All right, I believe Trump said, if I can pull it up, that him and Kim and Trump are in swimsuits in Singapore. There it is. And he said that they had a love, man. You know. Ah, damn. I actually remember. If I could pull up the news. Just give me a second here. Here we go. Alright. The water. It says here, Trump, who famously said he and Kim fell in love in their swimsuit in Singapore in June 2018, about 2 years ago. So, Trump's always knew this man was. I mean, we finna learn a little bit about Kim Jong-un today. Alright, he said he fell in love. That's the quote, the famous quote of Trump, and you know what these Edomites have going on. He probably wasn't playing around, in swimsuits. Now that's all first and foremost. Alright, those are your kings, man. But anyway, let's go back to this article. Alright, I'm going to read it off and kind of expound as I go. It says, in the 6 years since Kim has collected a number of horrifics, cementing his position as North Korea's leader, Kim has carried out 4 of North Korea's 6 nuclear tests, including the biggest one in September 2017, with an estimated yield between 100 and 150 kilotons. The atomic bomb dropped on Hiroshima, Japan, during World War II was estimated 15 kilotons. Now, I had to pull these terms up. I don't know what a kiloton is, so it says a unit of explosive power equivalent to 1,000 tons of TNT. A ton in and of itself is 2,000 pounds. Now, if I did my math correctly, I believe the bomb that was dropped on Hiroshima. Alright, and I might just pull up the video, but it was 15 kilotons. Now, 1 kiloton is 1,000 tons of TNT. So multiply this by 2, and that was 30,000 pounds of TNT that was dropped on Hiroshima. All right, and in 2017, with an estimated yield between 100 and 150 kilotons, the North Korean leader Kim Jong-un has been testing these type of missiles, nuclear missiles. He's been testing these, man. For what? It's not a game. Okay, let me go to back to the scriptures. Let me go to Isaiah 54. Look, man, it's not a game. All right, these other nations, if anybody believes that everybody can just get together, everything will be cool, let's all just be one, why war? Why any of it? Well, the Lord said that war was gonna happen, man. Moving on. Behold, Isaiah 54:16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument of his work, and I have created the waster to destroy. Alright, now the smith are your modern day scientists who excel, I should say, in, well, their workmanship is in regards to the nuclear weapons, using plutonium, using uranium, alright, to build these nuclear weapons and all manner of elements and tools they need to use to build them. Alright, being able to have something to initiate. Alright, having atoms being able to collide and whatnot. Now, these are your scientists that are able to do that, and the Lord's Spirit is upon them, so they can do that, man. So they can create the waster to destroy Babylon the Great, which is prophecy, So again, it doesn't matter how many peace treaties Trump might make. This is still going to go down. Let's go back. All right, now, again, the bomb that was dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki was 15 kilotons, which is 30,000 pounds of TNT. Now multiply that times 10. All right, and you have one of the biggest bombs that was tested in 2017. Again, all right, tested in 2017, which was 3 years ago. Just think about the advancements they have made. And if you understand the advancements that are made in the days that we're living in, back in the 1900s, a technology it's like you're trying to find terms, but an advancement in technology would take maybe a year to double, and then maybe the next year it'll take less. It'll take half a year. But now we're living in the days to where technology is advancing every single second, man, every single week, every single day. So 3 years later, you know they have something in their pocket, man. You know they have something in the chest. So in 2017, they were launching these type of missiles 10 times worse than the Hiroshima and Nagasaki missile. But 3 years later, they have something, man. North Korea, if you understand, we're going to keep reading and you're going to understand that this man is not playing around. He just showcased this big missile, man. And look at his citizens too are happy. His citizens too are crying, man. Now Americans, all right, these are Americans right here. They don't really know what's going on, right? One more. His citizens are crying, man. All right, where's the missile at? Here it is. Big ass missile. Right. We don't know what this thing does, but we know it will do work. It will do the job. We know that much. So let's go back. Slovakia. The next sentence, it says he has also tested nearly 90 ballistic missiles, 3 times more than his father and grandfather combined. So I was trying to find where it said that Kim Jong-un was studying more, being involved more with the nuclear missiles, and obviously the thing I have highlighted shows that in of itself. But I wanted to find that that article to where it showed you that Kim Jong-un actually was involved more, trying to find out the nuclear advancements and things of that sort to advance in his technology. But this tells you enough, man. He tested 90 missiles, ballistic missiles, all right, 3 times more than his father and grandfather combined. So this man is in the lab, all right. North Korea now has between 20 and 60 nuclear weapons and demonstrated ICBMs that appear to be capable of hitting continental United States. All right, so these North Koreans, they have the capability to hit the United States, man. All right, now what's keeping them back? Basically, the Lord hasn't said it was time, you know. But when it is time, trust me. No, not trust me, but know that North Korea will be one of these people to launch at United States. For the longest time, they wanted to do it, you know. They wanted to send that Christmas present. But you know, it's gonna happen. Let's keep reading. It could also be on track to have up to 100 nuclear weapons and variety of missiles, long range, road mobile, and submarine launched. So look, they can do it from their country. They can do it off the road, or even underwater. So these dudes, you know, again, we're gonna let's see if we can go back. Joel chapter 3 and 9. Though 60%, and keep in mind 60% of their citizens are on the verge of starvation, but they don't give a damn, alright? These are men of war, alright? Wake up the mighty men. That's what it said. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. That's what they're doing, man. Wake up the mighty men. Let all men of war draw near. That's what they are doing, Salakis. I'm swinging around this mic, but they're waking up now. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. And they obviously are getting that muscle. Alright, they're showing their guns. Literally and figuratively. You understand? Going on. that could be operational as early as 2020. Now, keep in mind that this article was made in February 2018, so we're 2 years later. All right, 2 years later, and we know that these things are now operational. They showed you, they done showed you their big ballistic missile, full display, no disclosure. They don't give a damn. They're gonna show you it, man. All right, going back. Under Kim, North Korea has conducted major cyber attacks and reportedly used a chemical nerve against Slovakia. This is just extra information, and I will read it. It says, under Kim, North Korea has conducted major cyber attacks and reportedly used a chemical nerve against Slovakia nerve agent to kill Kim's half-brother at an international airport. So look, they're not playing around. Look, if Kim is killing his half-brothers for what reasons he doesn't give a damn about Trump. All right. For most part, he's probably playing it off right now, but later on things will happen. All right, Trump is trying to make peace treaties with everybody, you understand, but he just has to sit back. Anyway, let's see if we can find this next article. Let's see here. Yeah, we'll read this. Here's another one. It says, Kim Jong-un has clearly departed from the legacy of his father and grandfather, whose rule didn't spell physical elimination for the high-ranking government and military officials. Although we should be skeptical of most arrest and execution reports, there is no question that Kim has been exceptionally active with his elite reshuffles in 3 years of his rule. It will suffice to say that his defense ministers served in this captivity for an average 6 months. In fact, the army is now effectively controlled by the head of the General Political Department. 2 individuals held this post in 3-year period, and both of them were civilian administrators appointed to work with military Slovakia. I didn't mean to read that, but basically you know that North Korea, they're coming up, man. They're coming up and they're ready. Just go back to the scriptures. I believe that was all in the articles. Just know that these nations are ready for a war. Iran, I believe we made a video about that. Iran, once they are out of this predicament with the arms embargo, knows that they too will start heading down the road of Joel chapter 3 and 3 at 9 on down. Know that they're going to wake up, man. That they're going to beat their plowshares into swords and pruning hooks into spears. As of now, being under an arms embargo, which is damn bogus, they're going to start when they have the opportunity to, because if anybody, they have that hatred toward America. I just might pull this up. All right, so Slovakia. I believe it's right here. Iran too. Russia, they agree with Iran. We made a video on this, but let's go ahead and see if we can pull this up.
Now,
Slovakia. Man, if any nation's not playing around, is this one right here. It says, we have witnessed America's cruel wars in Syria, Iraq. You can read it. We will be spending their days waiting for the news of the death of their children. All right, so these Iranians for sure just know that they are going to for sure be ready for y'all Americans, man. You know. Now going back to these scriptures. Let's see Revelations. Alright, first and foremost, let's just go to Jeremiah and then go to Revelations. Let's see here. There's Jeremiah. Jeremiah 51 and see 7. It says Babylon. Well, yeah. Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. Because Babylon, man, which is America, we know that. Babylon has been abominable, man. You know, this place goes into every country, every nation, steals their gold. You know, stealing all everything they have, all material, all resources. You know, they're just devils. All right, understand that. And they drunk of America. They drunk of that wine, and the nations have drunken of our wine. Therefore, the nations are mad. Again, these nations are waking up. We went to Joel, the 3rd chapter. They're waking up and preparing themselves for war. All right, let's go to now. Let's go to Revelations and link it up. All right. He also tells us that we need to come out this place. You know. Let's go to Revelations 18. See if I can find this. All right. Give me a second there. It's lock you. Now we know the Revelations chapter. Let's just start at 3. For all nations have drunk of the wine of her wrath and fornication, and the kings. Now who are the kings of the earth? All right, these are it's plural with an S. Who are the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her? These other nations, man. Iran, they actually had a U.S. military base in their own country, man. And a lot of these other nations too. So know that America, how do you get a military base in another land, another people's land? That's how you know these other nations have drunken of that wine. They take on the philosophies, they take on the doctrine, they take on the language, the currency. All right, this is the worldwide currency, right? So America, she's Babylon, okay, and everybody drank of that golden cup, man. And now, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. But now they're mad, you know. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, "Come out of her, my people. This is to Israel, that she be not partakers of her sins, that she be not receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and God hath to remember her iniquities. Rewarded her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her according to her works. And the cup which she had filled to her double." Right, so this nation will get double. Alright, reading on. How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously. Right, America, they live deliciously. So much torment and sorrow give her. For she said in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. And that just goes into how this nation does believe that their houses shall stand forever. Alright? It tells you that. Alright? They don't believe that their houses will vanish away. They believe that America will keep going. They believe, they say, I'm going to sit a queen forever, man, and shall see no sorrow. But the Lord will make sure that doesn't happen. Alright? Because they will see these missiles for sure. Alright, reading on. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burnt with fire, for strong is the Lord God who judgeth her. So look. Alright, reading on one more. Well, let's explain this first. So it says, in one day, alright, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. just know that that fire will be the ICBM nuclear missiles that all these other nations are preparing themselves with. These are their preparation weapons. These nuclear weapons to send right into Babylon. You understand? For strong is the Lord God who judgeth her. And the kings of the earth have committed fornication, lived deliciously with her, shall bewail her, and lament for her, when they shall see the smoke of her burning. So when they see America on fire, which is prophecy, right? Don't believe that this place is just going to be spotless, just, cool. It's going to keep going. No, this place is going down. And before that, you had the death and mourning and famine. That's coming first, and then it's going to be utterly burned with fire. All right? And then these other nations, once America is burnt to the ground, they're going to lament her, man. Lament for her. Standing afar off, right? For the fear of her torment, saying, alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for 1 hour is thy judgment come. You see? So look, these other nations are going to be far off, standing in their own nation. And they're going to see Babylon the Great, that it was destroyed by the Lord who judges her, man. Let's go to 2 Peter. Alright, then we'll go back to Jeremiah. And then it's off. 2 Peter 3 and 10. It says, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works therein shall be burnt up. You see, so what is that fervent heat that's going to be coming? Alright, we know how many kilotons that Kim Jong-un is stirring up with all the other nations as well. Russia, I think they're the most advanced right now. Alright, but just keep an eye on North Korea, too. So they have some strong weapons. It's Lockheed going back. And that's that fervent heat. That's going to melt elements, man. Melt America down to the ground. That's what's going to happen. Let's go to Jeremiah. Jeremiah chapter 51 and 29. Alright, we'll bring this one out too. Alright, because it's not just Iran by himself. It's not just North Korea by himself. Not just China by themselves. Japan. Russia. No, all these nations, man, are going to bomb America because they've all drank enough of that cup, man, and they're all going to send a missile into this land. All right. Reading, let's see here. It's like no, it's 50 and 29. It says, if I can just get there. There we go. It says, call together. Alright. Call together the archers against Babylon. Now, what are these archers? These archers are the other nations. Alright. What does the archer do? They shoot their arrows. All ye that bend the bow, camp against it round about. Let none thereof escape. Recompense her according to her work, according to all that she hath done unto her. For she hath been proud against the Lord, against the Holy One of Israel. So the Lord's going to stir these nations up in their spirit, and they're going to send their nuclear missiles into America, whether it be by submarine, road, mobile, long range from their own country, out of a damn plane. They're going to do it. Alright. These are the nations that camp round about America, around that Babylon. They're going to send their boat, their missile, in other words, their arrow, into this land. Let me go back up and go to 51, and we'll end off on this. Jeremiah 51 and 1. Thus saith the Lord, behold, I will raise up against Babylon, against them that dwell therein, in the midst of them that rise up against me, a destroying wind. And that destroying wind is that nuclear missile, man, going to set off send off that shock wave, you know. It's gonna send off that shock wave and completely destroy Babylon the Great. Alright, with that being said, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High Yahweh. Bashim Yahushai. Salakia. And this is the, somebody just be the spirit. This is the bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, man. Hold on. Let me just go to where it blows up. Alright, there we go. So it's going to show you exactly what happens. Alright. And just keep in mind that North Korea, they have a bomb 10 times worse than this.
The time and barometric triggers started the firing mechanism. A uranium bullet fired down a barrel into a uranium target. Together they started a nuclear chain reaction. Solid matter began to come apart, releasing untold quantities of energy.
And there it is. There's that destroying wind. And there's the Edomites, man. But in this time around, it's not going to be Edomites that either way. So yeah, that's that destroying wind. If y'all want to see it one more time, that destroying wind is gonna come and completely. As you can see, it's literally a destroying wind. You know. Like that, you know. So with that, again, I want to give all praise to the Most High Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, and I bid you guys shalom.